My digital warriors, it is once again time for war! So, coming to you live from my digital prison, coming to talk to you about the Greco-Persian Wars. Alright, so we've learned a little bit about Greece's two major city-states, Athens and Sparta, and we've talked about the Persians a little bit. So now let's find out, what is this Greco-Persian War? Greco meaning standing for Greece, and Persia for the Persian Empire. So it's pretty self-explanatory that it is a war between Greece and Persia. Alright, so let's see what happens. So in 499 BC, Athens helped lead a rebellion against Persia. Because Persia had uh, conquered. Remember, during when we talked about Persia, we talked about how they conquered and they were continuing to grow to a very large and massive empire. Well, you'll get to see here in a few minutes that where they conquered part of what Athens considered its friends or part of Greece. Uh, and so they tried to help them rebel against their Persian conquerors. And it fails. They don't succeed. Darius, being the king of Persia at this time, was furious and declares war on the Greeks. And in 490 BC, which is 9 years later, 20,000 soldiers in the Persian fleet land at Marathon. So let's kind of get a visual of what was going on. Okay, so you see the Persian Empire over here in green, and they began to take over some of these colonies throughout this region. And Athens considered this to be part of their people that depended upon them. And so they helped them rebel against this Persian Empire. And you can see Athens here. Now, when we talk about Marathon, Marathon is going to be located right around here, okay? It's not on this map, but you can see it's going to be right around this spot, and there being Athens. All right. So the Battle of Marathon. Let's find out what happened. And you're like, oh, I know that word, marathon. Well, let's find out. We'll find out why you know that word. The Persians, they waited for the Greeks to attack. Okay, and I have a battle schematic I'll show you here in just a minute. And there were 10,000 Greeks, and there were 20,000 Persians. And so they were outnumbered at least 2 to 1. The Greeks kind of sat up on a hill, and they watched down as the Persians were on this beach. And the Persians set up waiting for the Greeks to attack. And the Greeks said, no, we're not coming in and attacking. So the Persians started getting impatient. So they were going to load up and move to a better spot so they could attack the Greeks. And as they started loading, they got their cavalry onto the ships. And cavalry being those on horseback and so forth, which is very devastating to people fighting on the ground, as those on horseback. So as they load their cavalry onto the ships in the water, and a lot of the soldiers are partially in the water, the Greeks charge in. I mean, these people are coming to kill us. Why not attack them when they are their most vulnerable? So the Greeks charge in and catch most of these Persians in the water. They don't have their cavalry to easily get to them, and so the Persians are quickly and easily defeated at this Battle of Marathon. And the Athenians send a messenger home with the news. He ran 25 miles to tell them that there was victory at Marathon. And when he got there, with his dying breath, he said that, victory. And that is why we run the distance of a marathon. It is called Marathon after the Battle of Marathon that the Athenian ran back with that message. Here you can kind of see, I know it's a little blurry, kind of see the Battle of Marathon. You see, like down here, they were on the beach. The red are the Persians here, and they were sitting here waiting on the Greeks from up here to come down. And as the Greeks started moving their cavalry back into the uh, water and onto the ships, the Greeks flanked them and then came on down and wiped them out, destroying those 20,000 soldiers who had been sent by Darius in order to wipe them out. And this was the first Persian War, and we're going to get into because notice the title says Greek Persia, the Greco-Persian Wars, and there are multiple ones. We'll talk about another one in our next video, but this is the first one that kind of kicks it off. So Greeks 1, Persia 0. Well, you could give Persia a point because they did stop the rebellion. So let's call it 1-1. Greeks 1, Persians 1. So let's find out who wins the tiebreaker in the next video. So until then, keep those drums of war going, and deuces.